read, but this is your current energy. So I'm seeing you in a place of I'm making some changes in my life. I am starting to, maybe it's almost like a playful fight. You know, you've got some inner little battles here. You're still sort of struggling with, still moving into more of an independent energy, still feeling like you might be a little bit alone, but that is soon to change. I feel like you're facing your obstacles basically right now. And again, there might be some level of competition or something that you're in disagreement with, or some little bit of level of chaos or conflict. But it feels like more inner struggles at this point. So I feel like you're really focused on your material well-being. You're really wanting to move ahead financially and move into more of an abundant space. And I feel like you are starting to put some time and energy into that area of financial security. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I feel like you're also engaging in some of those confrontations that you have around your own thoughts, your own ideas, maybe with a few other people, but for the most part, it feels like it's more of an inner energy, and you're really starting to try to look at how to get out of that space. I feel like you are feeling a lot more self-assured, or at least you will be moving into that energy. And then there's going to be external changes that you start to make because you're starting to see the way forward. You're starting to pursue some kind of personal goal. You've got an objective here, and this is where you're starting to strategize, and you feel like you are moving in the direction of some stability for yourself. The Nine of Pentacles, again, still represents that you're trying to build on that energy of creating grounding and stability, but your ambition is there. And maybe the ambition is what led you to some conflicts or inner conflicts, but you're starting to feel that inner spark again. And I feel like you're doing it in a really fair-minded way. There could also be some very relevant, strong connection here that is helping you out. There is a sense of a Libra energy, Gemini as well coming through with the Lovers as well as the Justice card. But I feel like you are starting to feel like you're balancing things out again, and there's a better outcome ahead. Um, there'll always be some challenges, but it's how you deal with the challenges anyway. And certainly if you have more assistance, you can work those things out. But I do feel like you're realizing the importance of keeping and maintaining balance within yourself, and then financial stability will follow. So again, you're facing your challenges or in around your ambitions, and you're definitely starting to build on that in this current time. And you are being a lot more grounded and practical in the way that you move forward. But there is a spark that's come back. There's a spark that's returned here. So when I see you here with, let me see, you've got the Fool and the Three of Wands. So again, Fool is kind of stepping out of a comfort zone and setting out into a new area or new territory that you might have only, some semblance of an idea of where it's going, but you really don't know for sure. But you're willing to take that risk at this point because of that Three of Wands energy. This is someone who has more than, more than the average information. So, because the Three of Wands tells me you already have a little bit of foundation or something that you've been working on that is going to help you along this journey. So this is not, you're not really fearing the risk that you have to take because you actually have made some practical steps, or you've made some moves in a direction to, really help create a new adventure for yourself, a new direction, or see some kind of potential in an area, because you're really taking a closer look at something so that you can expand and explore your horizons. That's what the Three of Wands is. It's not the Two of Wands where you're just starting out in a new direction. The Three of Wands is you're actually moving in to a certain level of success with confidence, or moving forward in a certain direction with more confidence. You still have more of that energy as well of, embarking on something that's new and exciting, and there's adventure and growth in this path, but it's also the thrill of that opportunity, that challenge that's kind of moving you in that new space that's going to allow you to want to explore, and it's going to want you to expand, and it's a new experience for you. So I feel like this is where you can start to trust, you're developing more confidence in a particular area. When we get to the Lovers and the Justice card, again, as I said, I feel like you're dealing strong Libra, Gemini energy here as well. But there's also that energy of, taking stock of your personal values and your belief systems, because this is where you want to reflect on, who your connections are, and, really see things for the way they are. This is a card of balance. This is a card of responsibility. This is someone who makes the right choices. And I feel like that's the energy that you're in. You're weighing the evidence of, this against that, and trying to, find the balance in it all. You're not just, risking everything and going out into a space where you haven't reflected on it. I feel like you're really trying to look for a more independent space, but you're also doing it you're making your choices in a very methodical way. So this is where, again, if you were in a space of imbalance, this is where you're addressing your relationships, your connections, whether this is a lover connection or whether this is just a connection to self and others. It's certainly it's high priority at this point. This is where your relationships are very significant in this period right now. So I feel like if you did have some conflicting parts over here, I feel like you're facing those fears and you're now willing to move forward out of that space. There is, again, some requirement for balance when you get to the card of the Justice, but I feel like you're gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and you're trying to really align with your true self. So when we also get down to the Temperance card, that's a card of healing through, some issues. And again, you have the Two of Wands here. So again, it's progressive, 2 to the 3. And that happens, as you go through this healing energy with the Temperance. Again, more cards of suggesting that you were in a place of imbalance, but now you're moving into more of a place of self-control, self-acceptance, balance, harmony, where you're blending things, you're combining things. There's spiritual growth here. There's more more moderation, more discipline, more patience that comes out with this card. And it definitely means that you are headed in the direction of self-control and being on the right path. So we also have, again, following that is the clarifiers, the Two of Wands. So I feel like you have the ability to take the action now. You're more apt to make better decisions here because your headspace has moved in that direction of balancing things out. And I also feel like there is more light at the end of the tunnel because you're finding a way to balance between the light and the dark, parts of yourself. And certainly it does speak to, going into a new space with more of an encouraged, informed, balanced way of looking at things. So you're not just jumping out there because there's discipline with this card. This is being things that are very integral to your core, who you are and why you do things. It's a very disciplined card. It's a very centered card. So I feel like that's how you're acting in this period now. You have more of a clearer vision ahead, and it's more because you're creating more balance before just jumping into action. You're creating a lot more foundation around yourself before you just spring into a whole other area. It's that combination where you're disciplined, you're patient, you're taking the moderate road. You're not about the outcome right now. It's just a reminder as well, to kind of stay the course, stay positive, stay focused, and that confidence is starting to build toward the desired outcome here, is what I would say there. I'm going to leave it at that. Just a quick one for you guys, but that's the current energy I see for you, Cancer. Keep moving forward. Never give up. This is all about your journey and what you get out of life.